Okay, we're live.
Appreciate that.
Before Gary says something, he's got to regret.
Gary always says something he regrets. Yeah, well, that's fine. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order, the August 11th, 2025 meeting of the Kansas City Town Council. Roll call?
Prayer.
We do that first? Or no, opening prayer?
Prayer.
Stand for the opening prayer, please.
Our Father in heaven, thank you for this new day. Lord, thank you for just the new blessings you give us. We don't take those for granted, just for life, to be able to live and be productive and used by you. Pray you bless this council, give them wisdom and guidance as they discuss and make decisions. And we just want to give you praise in Christ's name.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I think the microphone is being done. That
That
should work better.
I think it can.
It's red when it's muted.
Oh,
Oh. Okay, now roll call, please.
Jim McCray,
Present.
Mike Amy.
Here.
David McGinley. Here. Gary Cole.
Here.
And Jim King.
Everybody had a chance to look at the minutes.
There's two sets, July 14th and July 22 minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept the July 14th minutes.
Second?
Have a motion and a second to accept the minutes of July 14th meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And what's the second one?
I'll make a motion that we accept the July 28th minutes.
I'll also second that.
Have a motion and a second to accept the minutes of the July 28th meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
You sign both, front and back.
And we all had a chance to look at the claims.
I'll make a motion to accept the claims.
Why not? I'll do it again.
You might as well.
Have a motion and a second to accept the monthly claims as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And lastly, look at the financials that are in front of you as well.
Make that motion.
I'll second it also.
Okay.
Have a motion and a second to accept the financials as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's passed. Thanks for getting that together. There's no public meeting, and so we'll go to guests, and we have Melissa Vance from the Wayne County Area Chamber of Commerce.
Welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate Sherry squeezing me in. I told her that if you had a minute, I wanted to at least give you a quick invitation. And I brought some of our annual reports in case you haven't seen those. You're welcome to take one of those and pass it around. But I wanted to make sure that you all had an invitation to our upcoming legislative luncheon that's going to be with Representative Jefferson Shreve on September 5th at 11:30 a.m. We will be at Forest Hills for luncheon that day, and we usually get everybody served and then we'll let him speak for a few minutes and then have some questions and answers. And just making sure that you all know that as representatives of Cambridge City, and then those of you that are employed by the city or other chamber members, you're always welcome to come to any of the events that we have. So don't wait for me to come over and personally invite you every time, although I will do my best to do that. But we'd love to have you as involved as you would like to be for things. Appreciate Jim McLean for coming over last week and participating and listening in on the tax session, just to gather information. And anytime that we can be a partner to you all, we want to do that. So please feel free to let us know.
Sherry was there as well.
Oh, that's right.
Not Sherry. You're right.
Yes, you were. Big group. Thank you, Sherry.
It's gonna be broadcast or streamed?
It's chamber members only, so no, we won't be doing that. We'll probably send out some information afterward about some of the things he talked about, but no, I won't.
Okay.
But if you have questions, Jim, that you would like us to pose, send those to me and I'll be happy to get it on our list. We always try and have a bank of those that we squeeze in, and I would love to include any questions you might have. So, any questions for me about anything that you all can think of? Okay.
It was a very informative program last week.
It's
All the changes going on.
not a fun topic, not something that I feel like I'm the expert in, but hopefully we brought in the experts that could shed a little light on what's coming from the state regarding funding, so.
Thank you, Melissa. And you're welcome to walk out if you get bored, because it's like.
Okay.
Might be.
But you're all also more than welcome to stay. Okay, next up is unfinished business. We'll start with the ongoing blighted properties. Joe, you got that?
Had a few more complaints this week, well, last week, and then this week. A lot of the alleys, that's where it's coming from, over on Walnut Street. And then again on Front Street, cars in that lot, or in that alley. Think it might be a good thing to do to try and vacate the alley between 212. Yeah, no, 222. They're parking their cars in there, they've been there, becoming an issue.
Oh,
I
right.
think maybe, I know Richard and I talked, and he went back over and tagged those vehicles again. And I sent a letter to 218 to clean up his yard, front and back. Front Street. Yes, 218 Front Street.
I made several copies, but it's been nice to look at.
Yeah, these here.
Yeah. I just-
Working with a few others, from what I understand with, 611 Fifth Street, it's a long property over there. As far as one of the blighted properties, I was talking to some family members, trying to get information on that. From what I understand, that is going to tax sale. I'm not 100% on that. I have to check.
Which one?
611 or 615 Fifth Street. It's the White House off of Boundary. Says back in there, it's long there, those who lived there for years.
It faces boundary, but the address.
Yeah, as I say,
Yeah.
that's not where you go with this property.
Right.
You're going property on boundary. Right.
There. We mowed it twice last year. We have not mowed it this year. One of the tree limbs just fell out of the tree and went through the roof. So was trying to get information on that to get that on the list to get rid of for unsafe building. That way, and same with Parkway still over there. And 117 East Church Street, sent a letter to the last tenant that was there. That was 2018. Her is the last name of that house. It's grown up, trees everywhere, not been taken care of. Trying to get more information on that house also.
The owner of that house passed away.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, all I've gotten is the name, is her is the last name. Jason or Paul, her. I've got it back in the office.
Paul, you told me Paul.
Yeah. So trying to get more information, where to send something, a letter to someone about that. But the main thing is these properties, trees, shrubs, tall grass, you can see it in front of you. Get a lot of calls about alleys, people not taking care of their alleys. when I do get a hold of them, I get hung up on this, that, and the other, so not very nice. So, but the ones I am working with, they're, ones I'm talking to, they are trying to get things done and getting things cleaned up, and they are. Now, there's a few on there that are repeats, and it's just straight letter time down and finding them until we can get something else done with that. It's getting pretty aggravating, to be completely honest with you.
Joe, the property on Westview Drive and Parkway Drive, are we gonna have schedule a hearing on those two properties? Because if we've got the money till, this is August.
Yes,
And we gotta use it or we're gonna lose it.
right.
So we need to we're gonna do something about those two
He
properties.
did go over, on the guy on Westview, he did go over. It's cut a little more, cut some of the trees, saplings down, but as far as work on the
But the
house,
structure,
it's not been touched. I know he is out of town, he is a truck driver, I have talked to him twice on the phone, and he has gone and out, and he had hired a lawn service to go in there, but if you drive by, you can see it's not
you can't hardly see the
No.
structure.
at all.
So I think, we've gotta move on this or not, because like I
Yeah,
said,
we're gonna-
it's
we're running
August,
out of
it's
time.
It's August 11th.
Right. You're absolutely
I
correct.
mean, we just can't kick the can down the road anymore.
We cannot, so I can send out those second letters, get with Bob on that, with that second letter,
My
and get them going,
recommendation, get them going.
so.
Okay. Any other questions? Joe, that's good work, I think. I mean, I know it's a lot,
It's a lot, you're not kidding, so,
But
but we'll get through here.
but I think these more complaints coming in are probably a reflection of that they're seeing some things are getting done.
I hope so.
So they're trying to get something done in their area as well, so that's probably a good thing, really, so,
people are noticing.
yeah.
Well, I appreciate it's taking a lot of time out of your schedule. to
It does
do
take a
this,
lot of time.
And that's why we need to get somebody that helps with that.
Okay, moving on to the update on masonry work for the town buildings.
I don't have an update.
I don't either, I haven't got anything.
I haven't got the second, well, I've got all bids now, yes,
Okay.
that's what I have to review.
Okay.
I think we should move forward on this building and phase one of which I'll go over with you, Joe. So do we have the bids been submitted to anyone here yet?
Well, you gave, everybody got them.
Right.
I have copies of them.
So
Ones
it's
that
only
I
a
printed
matter
off
now.
of email, but
We had it.
So, yeah, that's right. So we have 3 different bids,
yeah,
We had three.
and
Well, are they, there's
great, great.
3 different phases. We have, I don't know if we have 3 different, oh, we do have 3 different bids. They're not all structured the same.
No.
One was price for everything, and I think the second one was price for everything, and then,
Do you want to see what I have printed?
no, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
but the third one was broken into 3 phases.
It was split out.
So do we have a recommendation on what direction we want to go based on these 3 quotes? I mean, I realize they're not all entirely the same, but
That last quote was quite a bit cheaper.
Yeah, the lowest one is the 3-phase one by Sam,
And that's the one that's trained by,
Scott Brown.
Stone,
so
sandstone.
so the
he
lowest
would
one.
know, he would certainly know what he's
He
doing.
knows historic restoration.
Yeah, that's what concerns
He
me.
rebuilt the corner of the
There's 3 of them.
pharmacy building downtown about 2 years ago. He doesn't know what he's doing. He
It
just-
is an historic building and has to be treated as such.
It's the same stone.
Sandstone,
And
I think that was the city building.
your feeling is we should move forward with which,
At least phase 1 and 2, or this building completely is, I think it's 2 phases. Was it 1?
Oh, maybe because it has the
I didn't
address.
bring it with me, I
I don't
apologize.
know. I don't know how to tell what's phase 1. I just,
Well, do we just want to accept the bid that's broken down into phases rather than the bids for the full project? Is that the direction we want to go?
could we?
I would recommend that we
I
do
mean,
it
it
all.
is the cheapest bid and we know that the guy can do the work, so.
Yeah, I would just recommend we do it all. It's his phasing, not as much our phasing,
Right, and I-
when he can do it.
and I'm gonna ask the question where the funds come from. So
Yes.
Yes.
have we, I mean, these are for town buildings, so they can come from
And one's the waterworks building, so.
EDC funds?
Edit,
Edit?
well, he was going to use it for his vehicle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if not, then
We desperately need a couple vehicles.
Well, that's gonna be the key. Well, I mean, we can't approve it if we can't pay it, so.
No,
That's why I like these, that's why I like to have it broken down in
14,600.
phases so that we can approve
at least
doing,
start on it.
say, a building of the project and get the ball rolling, you know, because we absolutely have to have some vehicles.
I do have a quote for one, the other dump truck, that I was talking to a couple of you about, probably not gonna be working. It's an older truck. I didn't realize the age on it, so we'd be in the same situation.
That's the one.
Yeah.
we need to-
This one, no.
I mean, if it's 15,000.
If this-
You couldn't take it all out of the water.
One thing I was gonna report later on is the good news is edit and local income tax that we were fearful from that AIM workshop was not gonna be coming in next year. It is gonna be coming in next year in 26. It's not until 27 that it may be out.
Up
So
there, yeah.
you're gonna have another year of that money. So if you could hold off those vehicles, that's something you could use the edit money for in 2026. If you need it this year, you'll have to talk to Sherry and our slots available.
I'm worried about moving snow. this
There we
winter.
go, we have.
What's that?
I'm worried about moving snow with the vehicles we have left this winter.
We do have 30,000 in edit that we could use, but like I said, he was planning to use that for the trees. But if you don't,
I think the trucks are priority. I think this building can make it until next year. The doorway and door with
I
the,
could paint
The
it.
waterworks, the waterworks, it
In
definitely.
the waterworks building, you can actually use water funds,
Yeah.
some of that you have.
And this,
Because you do have a good balance in the water funds, as we talked about earlier.
You know which one uses the water.
Yeah, because they are broken out that way, aren't they, by building?
Yep, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I thought we could execute some money now on that while saving some back for.
Joe, do you want to just buy one truck? Is that?
Right now, I think we just buy the quote I have for one truck, and because that truck, this truck we can use for everything we need.
Is that
Is
it?
it a new one?
Yes,
Won't that be refreshing?
yeah, and under 50,000 for a new, brand new one with plow. So, which we already have the plow from
But it's got
last
stuck
year.
up and everything.
So it could be used
It's
for
ready
a
to
lot
go.
of different.
For everything that we need it for, the leaf vac, the hot box, anything, we can use this truck for whatever we've got to do.
Planned on
It's
15,000.
kind of essential.
Except spread.
We're not spreading salt with it.
I'd like for it to last a while.
So what we could do, we could use, water for that building and use edit for that. I mean, the total's 14,665.
Yeah, so
So if it's half, we could use water that water building and use edit money for the balance.
Yes, the one, 2,240 is for those doorways over. And the majority of this cost of $12,000 is this building. So,
So 5,000 of the 5,500, let me see.
so this is this building, and these are the two for the,
Okay, so this is
those are.
this building,
Yeah.
2240?
that's it. No, 2240 is the other building.
Is the other building, this is this
Those,
building.
these two are.
And that's just for the doorways. The rest of the building is, he hasn't bid that. yet.
Oh, okay.
That's all up
So
high.
these 705, yeah,
This is
for this
just-
building.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Assume the
So
door
there's
is
the
the
other.
priority.
I did see
Yeah,
that.
doorways.
So what we're looking at is total of $14,665, of which 2,240 would come from water funds. And the balance would come from edit. I'm assuming,
Okay,
if that's what we want to do.
Again, if we can't do trucks, then I suggest we your trucks, then we do the 2240.
Yeah, trucks,
Yeah,
trucks.
let's do the water,
Well,
water building part and then make sure we have to do the truck and then we can look at them.
So you just want to approve the 2240 right now?
I think so.
As
Get-
long until
get
I hear
started.
we have money, or until you hear we have, to do what?
At least we could, next.
What do you want to table this until we hear from Joe on the trucks? I mean,
You mean in the meeting?
Yeah,
right now,
Yeah, let's
yeah,
table it.
yeah.
till we get-
all right,
we'll come back to that.
let's come back to this. I'm okay with that.
We're all waiting on the truck.
That quote is right there for the truck.
Let's talk about that now. This is it?
Was it 46,000 something total?
47,132 is for the truck. That's with steps added to it and then the strobe kit for the truck. That's spray and bed liner. That's a 1 ton, 350. It's gas. So we would be able to use it for anything that we need to move here in town. Plus
We could pull whatever trailer.
whatever we've got.
Including the bobcats or the skid steers.
Yeah, if we had a trailer strong enough to put it on, yes.
Did you get more than one,
We
did
had-
you get more than one quote for that?
No, that's the only quote that I got for truck through the municipality lease 3-4.
You do need a second quote. Now, service things, you don't have to worry about getting multiple quotes. Anything for a product, you do need to get quotes.
Okay.
That would be taken on.
Even if it's state bid pricing.
30,000. This is.
Okay.
And it needs a little bit. And edit.
So we have a wrinkle, we have to do another bid,
Oh,
which is good. Thank you. So
I'll start that tomorrow.
okay.
I still say we, going back to the previous matter, if we have to hold up on that until we get the second bid, I would definitely approve, or recommend to approve, motion to approve the 2240 brickwork on the water building, if we have the funds for that.
From Sandstone Masonry.
Yes.
Okay, you put that forth as a motion.
Yes.
2220.
We have a motion and a second to accept a quote number 18 from Sandstone Masonry in an amount of 2240 for repairs of masonry to the water building, which this 2240, I'm assuming then will come out of the water funds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And then we will table the other ones until we figure out money.
So we'll table that and bring it back up for next month.
That way, Jerry can really do it,
Oh, yeah.
hone in on making sure you have funds available and some funds for that. And we may, as we're working on next year's budget, we may help find that money.
Very good.
Just a side question, can you make a motion to purchase a vehicle if the second bid is higher? Or do you have to really have both?
Yeah, you really can't until you get
I'm
that
just
bid.
trying. We won't have snow by the end of September.
No, we won't. No.
Yeah, the only exception to that is if you're buying some product that you can only, there's only one vendor because it's like an add-on to something you already have, there's only one potential vendor, and it's such a unique item, but just getting a vehicles are generally almost always needing a couple of quotes.
Okay, my fault. I'll fix that.
Like federally, if you buy one, you can go through GSA or whatever and they get a quote and you just get one quote and that's it. So, but it's different for them.
I think so, yes.
Okay, moving on. Update on the visit manufacturers of the VFDs.
Haven't heard anything from them. I have not.
You didn't see the email come from Adam? We did get an email from Adam with an update on it. Didn't see it?
Not remembering.
Okay. I will say, I read through it. I'm not an electrician. But I think we're gonna probably have to set something up and see if, because it sounded to me part of what we had already planned to do still plays into the equation, but we might need to do some other things on top of it. So I can get with you, Joe, on that. And then we
I didn't get an email from
Yeah.
about that.
Okay. He may have sent it to Chris, to be honest.
Okay.
Can we put it on next month?
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, put it on for next, I mean, this has been going on for,
So all that stuff
For
needs to
months
be shipped
at this
over
point.
again.
um,
Wasn't going to Chris.
Yeah, he should. I thought he had it, but
It was updated.
the other side of that is that this could be tied into, I think, part of the water project, and we might be able to use, some of the remaining funds from phase one to do some of this work. So
We set up some plans from phase one that we
Yeah.
didn't use last.
there's like $300,000 to. And some of the things we had already previously talked about using it for now are no longer necessary. So we have to figure out something else. So this might be an opportunity to use those funds to do that.
you said Adam sent that?
Adam Sitka from Westland.
Water truck.
It'll be used for water for sure.
Can't use it for that.
I could put water on it.
You've already asked that question.
That's all I
Keep trying, Jim. Okay, so we'll have more on that. We do have a meeting scheduled with Adam later this week regarding the balance of phase one. I think you're invited to that, so.
Is he gonna bring us a list of things we could possibly?
Yeah, right.
Okay. I'd like to see that.
Because, like I said, the items we had thought we were gonna use them for are no longer. One of them was a water main down Maple Street, I think, and did some investigation on that, and that's in better shape than we thought it was. And the other thing was some meters around, not valves around town that had already been taken care of, so.
About fire hydrants. We have some hydrants.
We do have some fire hydrants that need addressed, yes.
So
We have some money left over, let's
we can bring that up as well.
get it used.
Because we're out of them, right? Or do we have an extra or two? Joe, do we have any extra fire hydrants?
Not now, no,
Should always have an extra
should.
in case somebody decides to run over.
Drive over one.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Update on the sale of property on South Walnut.
Trace is ready to go out there. He asked if I could walk it. I don't know the area. Is that something, Joe, you can walk exactly where the boundaries of that 1.7 acres is? Or who is best to know that?
I can see it from my house.
I kind of know where it is, but I don't know exactly.
Who's the best to meet?
I'll go down there and walk over there.
Okay.
You and I can go down there.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll get you his name. So we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably be hard to walk.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're gonna have to come in from the backside probably from the
Yeah.
MDG parking lot there.
It's Poison Ivy Farm.
Yes.
probably.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
the old railroad cut back through there, goes back.
Okay. Stump removal in the park and tree removal at the cemetery. And an update on the fence at the cemetery.
Which I gave you guys quotes.
Yeah.
Don't have
There
quotes.
should be close for Tina in there.
And
The stumps at the park, Ryan will get to those, Ryan Derrick, he's got that. As soon as it slows down, his mowing slows down, he'll be over there to get those stumps. Steve Brown and I, the guys took out those two sections of fence at the cemetery today. They are actively mobilizing on a pallet. So I can get a hold of Combs down in Connersville and gave us a bid. We're still waiting on the bid to come in from Reeves from over in Richmond. Should have that at some point.
That for the stone, or the masonry.
No, that's for the actual fence.
Ironwork.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question today, Steve and I were talking, do we want to take the gates themselves down? Because we don't close those gates at the cemetery.
On the north entrance.
uneven.
The one
On
we got
either
here.
entrance,
Oh, yeah.
the one on that north entrance, that gate is pretty smashed up from that pine tree coming down on it. So that's just a suggestion. Do we want to take them down, do we want to leave them up, or get them fixed? Because we don't close those gates anymore. Or we haven't, we've been closing. Just something that Shed and I talked about.
Were they both damaged or just the one?
The one is pretty bad shape on the north end where that pine tree came down.
It'd be hard to repair it.
It's gonna be expensive. That is old and it is heavy fence, just letting you guys know. So
Would we ever have a reason we want to lock the cemetery?
We used to lock them 25 years ago with, basically all that does is keep us out. And obviously, there's no fence down either side of the cemetery, so if someone wants in there, the gate's not gonna do any good anyway.
I would recommend we take them down, especially on the north entrance, the one that's busted.
The one that's
At least that one.
Yeah,
But-
it'll look better down than it does.
So I don't know if we want both entrances down. I'd be okay with that.
You're gonna take one, you're just gonna take one down.
What will you do with them though? Should we keep them?
will keep them, yes, we can keep them down at the middle of the building.
That'd be good to use for repairs for other sections of the fence.
Also, Steve recommended to me that he could rebuild that stone, the one stone that was hit, the stone column.
He didn't say anything to me about that today.
He just said that to me 2 days ago. I think. He said his grandfather or great grandfather, somebody built it.
Oh, okay.
So he knows
I had no idea.
roughly how they're put together. Right.
As far as the trees, T&M sent a quote to do those trees.
I think you had mentioned cemetery association paying for them, but you just included it tonight.
So does this have to, we need to negotiate with the cemetery board on this?
Well, I don't know, we either have to call a meeting or can I do it?
Well, I know we talked about the last cemetery
Yeah.
meeting, and I think being a private organization, good, we bylaws about, tell them.
What about text? And then I have,
Then you have
pushing
record.
it.
I have a
Then you have
record of
record,
it.
that's true, you have record.
Yeah, I mean, it's a record of it
Yeah.
instead of a phone call.
Yeah, I think that you can. It's
So I
not-
can do
It's not a public body.
Group text.
Okay, I can do that.
Are you gonna ask them to cover all this expense?
Yeah. The whole, of the trees, right?
Of the tree.
And not the fence. I mean, you could.
Okay,
We can-
so that would take care of the trees. Well, what do we need to do on what do we need to do on the fence tonight?
So what did Steve want you to take the fence down? Is he gonna try to fix it or just take it down and get it ready?
Get it down. I think that's a lot of the issue as far as the other, the one quote is getting it down. And then them coming to get it, but with the bids, I've only got one bid. When I'm doing these bids, I send them out,
Right, nobody
but
wants-
nobody,
Yeah.
so,
Remember, labor services, you don't have to have. So-
right. But I mean, it's a trend with everything that I'm doing. So, just so everybody.
I don't think you're alone, the folks that are doing the entertainment center are having the same issue.
Ever check, Madison Ironworks?
No, just, McCombs down Connersville and Reeves over in Richmond.
I don't know if they
So
tell me
if
or
you-
but I know they do that kind of stuff. They repair stuff down in New Orleans all the time. In such order, so.
They're very expensive.
$4,700
Yeah.
to repair the fence. So if
Yes.
you called them and said we got him down, they voted,
They, yeah,
then
I mean,
he would probably come.
I think he would, yes. If I told him he had it, then,
And you've requested other quotes, and this is the one
And
that's
that's
coming.
good. Bob said he doesn't.
And this is which section? Just the one that's in?
that is the two sections that where that big maple tree
Right.
came down. And it should be the one farther up the fence road going north. I believe so. There's a second one on there. And then if we're gonna take the gate down, then we don't need to worry about that.
So Debbie, do we need to negotiate with the cemetery association?
For both of them?
I think you should group text.
Yeah.
That's my vote.
Okay. Well, I'll send it, I was thinking, if they won't go for both of them, maybe we can split the price of the fence.
Whatever you can do would be
Right,
appreciated.
and then,
I think the cemetery board will go for the trees, because we've already discussed that once. And maybe we can split the cost of the fence.
Okay.
What about the rock post that you mentioned? he was willing to maybe rebuild that.
That's the first
Well,
I heard
that,
of
we
it.
haven't got a quote on that.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a
yet.
quote on
And I
that.
noticed this one has this plastic material we used to assemble post and paint on this one
The
cone.
finial broke
Yes, on the top.
on the top.
Oh, okay,
So they would replace it with black.
Yes.
okay.
Why don't we just,
Three-
perhaps we could entertain a motion to approve paying half of this bill if the cemetery association's willing to pay the other half.
That's a fair.
So moved.
Okay.
I second it.
Have a motion and a second to approve paying half to McCombs of the $4,700 to repair the fence. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
We have to do T and M or did we already do that? Any-
The cemetery's
They're gonna do
gonna.
that cemetery.
You don't have to worry about it.
Hopefully, I think we did.
So just FYI, that fence has been there a long, long time. I've got a book you brought to me. It
Yeah,
mentions that book, 1911 or something like
Yeah,
that.
I know, it was good.
So,
Yeah, Steve was asking about that today too, about the age. I don't have any idea.
I have a book, I can
Yes.
share with you.
Yeah,
I think it was 1911 is when it was put in.
I know they're heavy.
I would love to see that rock fill up.
Amy got a quote for that. She only found one person that would even look at it.
Sure.
And when he looked at it, he said it has to come down and just start over.
Start over.
He said you can't repair what's already there.
That's so, it's such a cool color.
Steve thinks he can.
He expressed, he thinks he wanted to do it.
He can do
If he can do it.
Simple.
I would love to have it too.
He bought materials probably and or whatever, but I don't know about his wage. And if it doesn't have to hold the gate anymore, anything structural.
Yeah.
Right, it should be simple.
Stay.
All the material is still there basically besides the mortar where it's destroyed, so. the
And the other,
rocks
he said
should
the other one's got problems too, though. The other one's
Yeah, they're just aged.
cracking.
We can afford cement.
Okay, moving on. Security camera quotes. We did get 3 quotes for security cameras in the park. Those are, I think, in front of everybody. They are quite expensive. The other side of that is we don't really have funding for them yet. I do have a meeting scheduled with Acacia from the foundation, Wayne County Foundation, on Wednesday to talk to her about that. It was mentioned to me when I applied for a grant that perhaps some of the Lilly Gift Aid money can be used for this. So I'm going to bring these to her and have that discussion with her at that point. I think what she's going to find out is that these might be more than expected. I know they were more than I expected. They also aren't necessarily all apples to apples, I don't think. So I think at some point, a few of us are probably gonna have to get together and see what works best. I think they are all cloud-based. They're all where you can, you'll be able to access them through an app or whatever. But there's different numbers of cameras and there's different types of cameras and, all. So I think it's gonna take an in-depth study and somebody's gonna have to recommend it. Probably have to do that after I have a meeting with Acacia on exactly how much funding they think we're gonna have for them. Because they all mentioned, this is to cover pretty much all of the park, as well as up at the new entertainment space. But if we want to reduce it, and say we don't want to cover this one ball diamond or something, we could reduce a few cameras and save some money. And of course, we'll work with the PD on that and make sure we cover the most important areas.
Yeah, I think that, I'd like to understand the difference because for what we need it for, which is proper surveillance, I don't know if 15 cameras is gonna cover that whole area. And then Dwayne went over, went to 36 cameras, now that may be overkill. But he was describing higher resolution, you can't, you have a camera from here and try to see across the bridge, you're not gonna see anything, so.
And ASI mentioned the same thing.
So you really need to look through that.
Yeah, and one thing I know that Taylor's system did is quoted different cameras in different areas. So areas where we want to cover a wider area, they're higher resolution, so we can zoom in a little better with those. So That's why I say I think it's gonna take some in-depth study of these quotes when we're ready to go and figure out which ones.
Well, good that we have them, so.
Yeah.
But they're only probably good for 30 days anyway.
Yeah, so probably what we need to do is, after I talk with Costa, we'll get a few of us together, compare, see if we can get into the budget that we're gonna have, and then come back next month with a recommendation on which one we wanna do. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah. That is the problem, that it was prepared and expired on the same day.
Yeah,
We'll have to talk
Yeah.
we want better about that.
Jim, there's a grant.
gotta move fast.
Marshall, there's a grant available. Yeah, there's a grant available.
That's why I said, I think, we think that Lilly gift aid money will be available. At least, that's the feeling right now, so.
Did any of these come with any maps showing the actual coverage from the
I
different?
think so.
There's some in here, yeah,
Okay,
and I can share that with you.
okay, yeah, thank you.
And you're more than welcome to be part of that conversation. Right, you're in. All right, so that'll be on next month to make a final decision, hopefully. All right, on to new business. Funds from Okra to Pride Mark for pay application 4. So what this amounts to, I had a long conversation with Mike Kleinpeter on this. The $270,000 is all but around $50,000 of the grant from Okra that we received for the project. And then the balance I pay application 4 will come from local funds, which I would recommend we use. We had $150,000 of ARPA money spearheaded to use that for the local part. There's more funds still available thanks to the gift of aid, so as we continue to finish the project. So we need a motion to approve that pay application from the funds is down here. Have a motion and a second to approve the pay application number 4 to Pride Mark, as noted, $270,000 to Okra from the Okra funds and $123,463.21 from ARPA.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And like I said, just sign it.
Okay.
No opposed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Updated salary ordinance and salary increases.
Take one.
Take one, pass it in. That's not saying that one. We didn't do it. Take one, then comes in and pass it in.
Following your prior discussions about the different personnel in Joe's department, all this is showing the $2 an hour raise for 3 employees on there. That's what showed in bold as far as your water operating supervisor, water division. Remember, these are by position rather than people, although that's where you're going to move Ken over. And so that goes from $21.50. Then water labor number 1 goes from $18.03 to $20.03. And then your other public works laborer will go from $13 to $15 for their hourly rate. Everything else stays the same, so that was the primary changes to accomplish because of the one employee leaving your employee.
Okay, need a motion to approve the second amendment to ordinance 10/2024.
Make that motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the second amendment to ordinance 10/2024. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Let me sign this one, Bob.
Yeah. that'd be fine.
This, in favor now.
Yes, in favor.
Yeah, the proper column, helpful.
Right.
Where's the sign vote?
That would be a little confusing.
I'm on the fence.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. I asked to have the social media policy for the police department placed on here. Mainly, just to put it out there that we've recognized that there's, that needs to be out there and that it's being worked on at this point. Richard did share it with all of us to review, and I don't know, it may need more detailed study from everybody at this point. But appreciate the fact that it was already been worked on, already been sent to our attorney. And I don't know how much conversation we need to have around it tonight, but Bob, I do have a question. When something like this was put through, does that take council approval?
Yeah.
It does, okay.
I think that's the prudent thing to do. I don't want to step on toes. I think even the chief probably would rather have you approve it even, so.
But not only just for them, but we don't even know what we should post. I mean, we really don't. We post the jobs, we post leave, but we don't.
Of course, this as written is limited to the police department,
Right.
social media. And some I think are pretty, as far as your public safety alerts, your informational posts, your event promotions. I think when it just comes down to arrest announcements, that there's some
Okay.
discussion.
Okay, well, we're good on that one.
So I guess the question is, do you want to discuss it here some more? You wanted some time to review it or then approve it next month or?
I'd just like to see some language clarified where it says, or cases of heightened public interest. What exactly does that mean? It doesn't really mean exactly anything, I don't think.
Well, as I pointed out in my email, Spectre, that's the one that was a little subjective and can get you in trouble if you're not as clear as
Yeah,
possible.
'cause you still are, there's a lot of.
Yeah.
There's all the
I mean, I understand what
legal
he's getting at,
Yeah,
but it's just hard. Maybe Richard wants to comment on it or.
I mean, really, all of it's probably subjective.
Yeah.
It's based on.
Well, unless, if you were to say just felonies, I mean, felonies, I mean.
Yeah, and that's typically in the past, what we try to do is just do felonies. Obviously, if someone is arrested for a felony and there's misdemeanor charges involved with that, that would apply, but just to do misdemeanors or juvenile stuff, we don't do that typically, so.
would that be pertaining to something like a secondary arrest that came from an initial arrest or something like that, where the public's already aware of something that's going on, and so someone else subsequently isn't arrested,
Absolutely.
and then you would add that back in, even though it might be a misdemeanor, but it's part of the same.
I think in that case, you probably have to, because if there's more than one person involved with it.
I just wonder if we ought to have some more clear language in there to make sure that.
I guess I'm thinking, I'd rather have it just as clear, black and white as possible if you
Right.
want. And because you want to be consistent with all of them. If you say all felonies will go, period, that means all misdemeanors don't go. If you start saying, well, those misdemeanors that might be highly public in your interest.
Or related
who's
to
say
a
that?
felony somehow, I
Just
don't
gets
know.
to be difficult. I just don't know if you can narrow it even more down so that if something came in, you know right away whether it can be posted or not posted.
I think you can't do a blanket policy, say all felonies also. There's some reasons I have for that I really don't want to discuss in a public meeting at this point. If you guys want to talk to me individually, that'd be great. That gives us more time to look this over and.
Does that have to do with
So-
ongoing cases or something like that, where you
That-
couldn't?
that's one
I
example.
mean, but
Well,
that's already spelled
there-
out in statute.
The statute has some exceptions where it gives you the freedom to not post things because it's part of an ongoing investigation, or it might put somebody in danger or risk. And
Correct.
there's a number
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah, there's.
And so I suppose you could say, all subject to those qualifying exceptions by Indiana law. Maybe.
Personally, I don't see why any arrests have to be put on social media. I don't understand why it has to be put on there. I mean,
That's
It's
the
public
overall
record.
question,
it's, you can go to the newspaper, why do we have to put it on social media? I don't understand. Someone explain it to me, I'd be fine with it, I just don't get it.
Well, I think what we're looking at now is we need to finalize some things that aren't going to get finalized today, and probably need some opportunity for some people to talk to Richard too. So that's probably, you need that clarity there.
Yeah, I would suggest that Richard and I spoke today. I had a position things to me. And like Bob was just saying, if we're crystal clear, or as clear as we can be, you're never gonna be 100% clear, but if you can be 99.9% clear and remove any subjectivity, or as most of it as you can, I understand some of the reasons why you wouldn't post certain things. And those are definitely reasons you wouldn't post, which I now understand. I would suggest you have that conversation with others as well.
Be more like you.
So I recommend we, clean up some wording, or if we need to, if you, in your conversation with Bob, let everybody give a chance to talk to you and maybe come back here next month and approve the building. Does that make sense to everybody?
Doesn't mean.
But it's good we're working on it.
It
I
is
think
good.
you're right, Jim. That's the primary message.
Exactly, that we recognize that it's something we need to clean up and we're gonna do it.
And do we want to put something together for the rest of the staff? I mean, of course, with anything to do with the rest, but what is the policy on social media?
I'd like to see that. Any
All
social,
employees?
any social media stuff will still fall back to that Title V. There's a lot of information in there, it's pretty lengthy statute that covers pretty much everything as far as government entities and social media posts or public records, so to speak. So that's something maybe Bob can take a look at and help with that,
So we can
but
draw that language out of there. Or-
It's lengthy and complicated.
It is.
I'd like to see some language to cover everybody, fire department, all, what
Yeah.
I know.
goes. And we have also, nobody is allowed to comment on any other department on social media, that's internal, or any person.
Right.
So we don't want, we're not getting into anything like that, so we just, none,
Let's go out.
yes.
Okay. That's something you can help us with, Tom. Very good. I also asked to bring up, Jill King has resigned from the Advisory Plan Commission. She was the chair of that. So we've got that position to now fill, as well as, I think, at least maybe 2 others. So if anybody has any recommendations on who can fill those positions,
Was that an appointment by the town executive? You,
I think
Yes,
so. Are all 3 of them?
yes,
Okay.
they're all on you, so.
that's
You
right.
can ask for recommendations.
I will take some
We'll stop with
recommendations.
you.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, because the other two's been vacant for a while.
Yeah.
Or even ask the public if they have an interest in serving to let you know.
There's certain qualifications. Sure, there's
Can
certain
we ask them?
qualifications, those are the 2, right? They have to be of a certain
You
party.
have to be Republican for the 2 that are vacant right now,
Registered.
registered.
Not Jill's.
Jill's is a Democrat.
So we need 1 Democrat.
Yep, and
2
2
Republicans.
Republicans. Thank you, Jim.
Which is goofy. Why are there
I don't know,
politics?
I have no
in this
idea,
thing?
but
I don't
that's
understand.
what, I don't understand that either, but.
Not for
That is
appointed
state law.
seats, it seems ridiculous.
I mean, ideally, they're wanting it balanced, so
Balanced, that
they don't
makes
stack
sense.
them all with one party, I suppose, that's the thought.
So if anybody out there in YouTube land is interested, you're also welcome to call Sherry at the city building. And let us know. And thank you for Jill for her service over the years.
Absolutely.
Put in a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. And the last, we can strike the last one that is not applicable
Oh,
anymore.
aren't done it? Okay.
Any other new business that wasn't on the agenda?
I don't know if it goes here or not, but we're gonna do a raffle on a Traeger grill, the fundraiser. We're gonna run it through the summer, the holidays and stuff, and then the last night of Christmas lights, we're gonna have one of you folks come down and pull the ticket.
Nice. That'll be nice.
That way it's all above.
How much are the tickets? I had somebody else ask.
I think $1 a piece or, I don't believe in that selling tickets high. Get a lot for, most people throw $1 in, and it's a little hard to give up a 5 or 10. So $1 a piece,
Traeger
$65.
grill for $1 would be pretty good.
That'd be nice. And you said this went, this,
We're starting
December.
basically now, and we're gonna do one last night of the Christmas lights. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Last night before Christmas.
okay.
So if you're really brave, you can hold out on buying somebody a Christmas present.
All right, we'll move on to staff reports. Richard, town marshal.
Covered.
All right, covered. Perfect.
If you see a fire truck land anywhere, we could use it.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything's working as of tonight.
Okay.
We do have some funding available for a fire truck.
And Lyndon said he would help us,
Okay.
so.
I did have a question.
The township,
The door on the backside where the stage is going in
yes,
is,
we're gonna try to come up with money to put glass doors on that. The firemen are out of our funding to help.
you're gonna put new doors in
But
there?
yeah, it's gotta have doors. Those doors
They're in-
are 60 years old and they don't lock right. And you can throw a cat through the place. I mean, they're taking a lot of air.
But you want glass?
Yeah, the glass, like, match your front door. That way we'll be able to see out in the venue.
Okay.
I would recommend getting those bids and let us know what they are, because there might still be some funds.
Oh, that'd be great if there is, because
So,
we were willing to help because we wanted to get.
because that would look good. I would
Yeah, and
agree.
it's gonna be really nice out there, and we'll be able to see out to it. And at Christmas, we're gonna have, well, decorated, and if things work out as we're planning, I talked to Danny some, we gotta talk more, maybe the Christian church will come down and do a, live nativity
Nice.
during the, during a couple nights during Christmas.
Yeah.
I just noticed, we're putting all that new stuff out there and that door
Right.
looks pretty
Yeah,
bad.
that's been our plan since it started, is to get those.
So if you want to get some quotes, let me know what those are. We might have funds
Right, that
available.
would be great if we could, we'd love to have
Did
help.
Sensor put your front door in?
Zach put it in, as Zach put it
So
in,
maybe, yeah.
he would, but he's kind of,
Huh? Shake.
no, shame. But, I'm sure he would find time to help us get it in so we can.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
Yeah.
How's your number of emergency calls going? Is it decreasing somewhat?
They're still staying about the same, I try to send it to you every month, so you guys.
You did say that.
Yeah, we did.
It's just, we bill a lot. And we're gonna still end up probably around 400 by the end of the year. As from the 75 we used to have.
And we talked about a potential proposal to go to the REAP board with the, since we do this, maybe you could do something for us.
I'll put fire out of you.
I was thinking
Oh,
about,
I thought you meant for you.
no, I'm thinking about a truck,
Yeah, oh, truck me handy, yeah,
if they could contribute to that.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
that'd be
You
great.
could get-
Yeah, I mean, we're giving them a whole lot.
yeah, they're wearing our fire department out.
Yeah, it's causing me to have a whole lot of trouble staffing.
Yeah.
The guys say they signed in to be, be
Firefighter, not the, yeah.
And, do all the lifting for the hospital.
Be worth a conversation.
It would be.
You think you can have quotes at the next meeting?
Pardon me?
You think you can have quotes on those doors at the next meeting?
I'll do the best I can.
I'll put it on the agenda.
Anything else?
I think everything else is okay right now. I'll go up the hill there in a few minutes and find out everything.
Joe, Public Works?
We're moving along. I don't think we've got any applications in yet.
No.
It's in the paper, and on town webpage, so we'll see. People.
And on
see what-
Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
We had to add Dylan too.
So it is on there, so hopefully somebody will, a couple will apply, and we'll see, otherwise we're gonna be really, really busy. So, and we'll keep moving on.
So what we're looking for right now is the mower, somebody to
Part-time
mow,
owner.
Yeah.
and
Part-time
also the part-time
Code
Yeah,
enforcement.
code enforcement, yeah.
Did we come up with an hour, a number of hours?
We did 10 to
10
20
to 20 hours on
hours.
that.
I was thinking, probably gonna have to go 20 to get anybody to do it.
And at least 30 on for the cemetery.
Yeah.
Maybe a few more, 32, maybe. We'll see what we can get.
All right, anything else?
Just a new truck.
This new truck.
Say that again.
I'll get it, I'll start, I'll get on. I might get it,
I'm looking for
You
you
got
guys too.
used truck too.
Yeah, we need to get rid of.
Okay. Bob?
Sherry and I will be working on the budget, having it ready for a public hearing at your September meeting and passage in October meeting.
Awesome.
No, it's not. No, it's not awesome.
And social.
For them, it's awesome.
It's awesome, yeah. It's not awesome.
All right, Mike, do you have anything?
Only one thing Joe and I already talked about is we need to get the street marked, in front of Lumpy's and all that there on the south side of 40, from 40 to that first block, where it's currently marked as the center of the street, about 6 feet behind.
You mean at the 40 exchange there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, And there's a lot of people, as they pull up to 40 there, they don't stay over near that curve. They're out in the middle, and if somebody trying to turn off a 40 on a foot street, the road is effectively blocked. So I think it's something we need to look into. And Joe and I had already talked about it, but I think I've had several people complain about that too.
It's that way on both sides of the.
Yeah, even where I
Yeah.
marked, painted the new yellow paint by the antique store, there's still parking there.
Yeah. I
You
see.
still pull up in there,
We still pull in, it's bright yellow.
so. I do know that, Painter Supply asked about painting yellow on their curb again, so I'll talk to them about that tomorrow.
Maybe they donate some yellow paint.
Oh, he already offered.
Yeah.
Just come down with yellow
Yep,
paint.
go beyond yellow paint, so.
We can use it all over town.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it.
Debbie, yeah? Gary?
Let's just try to move ahead with those two properties in the hearings.
And we have some other property.
We have others in the
Yeah.
pipeline.
Yeah, but that's why these have to be
This
executed.
is so pressing.
Jim? Oh. Sherry?
I'm done.
Accept the motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Is anybody opposed? I didn't think so.
Right, go stop it.
I gotta go hit stop.
You need like a bed.
Remote.
Yeah.
Remote control. Fire.
You want to just close the
Yes, I do.
Like Larry World's me. We're all game.
Good to see you.
Mission.
Yeah.
I'm sure everything